directed by Gnome's grandson, Ryota, and attacks the Zion Rangers, arrogantly calling himself the Yamato tribe prince, making him the eldest of the team, and was considered the strongest of the Zion Rangers. He was Ranger Cheeky. He too was in suspended animation, but his cave was located outside of town. He was 32 years old, 51 in Gakage power. He was the son of the Black Knight and the older brother of Yamato tribe knight Burai. Yamato Zokunato Burai is Dragon Ranger, Dorgan Ranger of the Zion Rangers and the warrior of Toking. Burai, witnessing his father's death, swore revenge and vowed to kill the Yamato king, but when Pandora attacked and killed the Yamato king, Burai began to set his sights on Cheeky, only to be killed in a duel by the Yamato to take back Cheeky. The Black Knight was unable to come to terms with his loss and led a rebellion. Rather than executing him, penalized the knight by taking custody of his younger son, Cheeky, adopting the boy as his heir when Cheeky was a year old and Burai was 8. Burai was about 7 years old when Cheeky was born. Their father, the Black Knight, was a prideful and arrogant man who showed utter disrespect to his monarch, the Yamato king. The child of the Yamato king was already dead by the time Burai was mature. Burai trained every day of his life, living with Gnome and Ryota. His promise to his father was not the only thing he wanted. He also wanted to be a hero, to fight the monsters that were destroying their land. Only he never had a chance. The war was over too quickly and he meddled. Burai was resurrected for a little lifespan by Clotho at the order of Daisugen, as he would be needed for the creation of ultimate Daisugen. Burai's lifespan was shown in the form of Clotho's green candle. Burai needed power to defeat Zion Rangers and Cheeky, so he stole the dragon armor, which was the greatest treasure of the Yamato tribe. Also, he was able to claim the dragons. An earthquake occurred. This resulted in rocks of Burai's sleep cave to break and fall on him, thus crushing him to death. But there was no other way to get revenge but to follow them. During Burai's sleep and suspended animation into suspended animation. Then later on, Cheeky and the others went to 89. And Burai was imprisoned in the lapsless room. Tears fell from his own eyes and touched the evil sword, which turned to dust. The Zion Rangers welcomed him to their circle. Daisugen demonstrated how it could join with Dragon Caesar now that they were together. But Burai brother's forgiveness. Guardian beasts out of the lava hole. They lead Fury and Dragon Caesar out of the nation of prayer and magic and manage to free the Gazaya Rangers and Bandora. She sent Griforcer and Lamius Scorpion down to fight Dragon Caesar. Barza used the combat. It attracted the attention of Zeus to destroy the city. Ray would soon die. He had his own guardian beast. He used Dragon Caesar, Dragon Caesar, the lost guardian beast, the depths of Tokyo Bay, all came out of play the dagger, and he went out, and so she left him happen. Inflated, something marvelous would hold as it flew that you Falcon. She told him if he went out a green candle, as long as he stayed in this cave, lapseless room, time would not pass for him. She also had a gift for him, a green dagger that doubled in the form of. She also told him that in 32 hours he would die. Yurei's life force was burning out with his new home. Gave and told him it who dragged him off to a him if it wasn't for a tiny person in white. Spirits of life, Clotho thought. Yurei, meanwhile, ran afoul with witch Pandora. When he wouldn't work for her, she pointed out that he did not have the power to defeat the Zion Rangers and told him she knew where a legendary sword, the Sword of Helfried, was that would give him the strength he needed, and she sent him after it. What Bandora did not mention was that the sword would drive its wielder crazy. Since Fury was so long in suspended animation, he was still not stable, and so he ended up working for her, growing increasingly insane under the influence of the evil sword. Cheeky tried to befriend Fury and refused to fight him. Desaijin intervened to protect Cheeky and ordered him to kill Fury. When Cheeky refused, the god punished him. But his continued refusal only enabled Pandora to use Fury to deal the Zion Rangers a devastating blow. She managed to trap the guardian beasts underground in lava. Cheeky retreated in depression, and Pandora and her followers parted on the moon. But Fury could not stand still, and he attacked Pandora, meaning to take her power and rule the world. She threw him down to earth and would have killed. There was nothing the Zion Rangers could do but to befriend him, and Cheeky did his very best every chance he was always dreaming about, and did. The kid, whose name was Kota Matsui, was a big fan of Dragon Caesar and was ecstatic to meet Fury. Left. He set off to find the boy. He was in the cold with only 4 hours. Destroyed it, leaving him out. Pandora found Fury's cave and would tell him he was riding to the land of the dead. And there was a little boy waiting at the next stop. Be the last. Meanwhile, Fury was having dreams wherein he would get in a rickshaw cart, and the driver eventually Clotho appeared to warn the Zaya Rangers that burai was down to 4 hours, and the next time he came out of the cave with arrangements did not suit Shiki at all. He started to get antsy about burai coming out of the cave, and Pandora started to make certain that this would happen. If he would die, and Dezongchen would still have Dragon Caesar. Though the god was hated by Shiki's refusal to kill burai, but now things would work out fine. For many adventures afterwards, burai and Dragon Caesar would only show up if battles were too hard, as the candle would show how much time burai had left in the world of the living. Eventually, though, while dealing with Great Satan and Satan Frank, the others were sent to his cave, and Clotho in white explained, despite burai's protests, what was going on. It turned out that burai's life was limited. His sleep chamber had caved in and crushed him, but Dezongchen had the spirit of life. Clotho bring him back to life so he can be given as a Usauken, as Dragon Caesar would be needed by the Zaya Rangers. Things were complicated. The dead looked out and smiled when he saw that the stop coat had been that was empty, but wondered what had happened to burai, whose medal vanished the moment he opened his hand. And burai, riding on the road to the land, gave the water to go to instead, and he was fine. His body then vanished, and he fully departed for the afterlife. The Zaya Rangers gave in. With that, he died in his brother's arms on the beach. With his last few moments, he passed the dragon armor, Usauken, and Dragon Caesar to Chiki. His last words to Chiki were to defend the earth and protect all children. They found him lying as though dead and mad. Gaoshi and Dan made it to the water, fought their way past the guardian, and at last got the water, only to be informed that they were too late for burai. Chiki, Boy, and Mary searched until at last defeated Dora Fake with ultimate Dezongchen. But then, burai vanished from the cockpit to the dismay of his brother Boy. Between Pandora's attacks and the time limit they had to split up, Gaoshi and Dan went off to find the water. The others stayed to join burai and fight Dora Fake. Koto was injured by falling rubble and hospitalized. He was dying. Burai knew it and left his medal in Koto's palm. They fought. Meanwhile, the other Zaya Rangers found out about the water of life. It was in a special fountain, and all you had to do was drink it, and it would renew your life. They are warriors, humbly claiming to not be nearly as strong as Ali. Burai's spirit appeared before the Zaya Rangers to tell them that the guardian beasts were in Pandora's magic realm. Dragon Ranger is among the Sentai warriors seen in clips when Gaoki Jinga Blue lectured Sao Trao Ashigomgeo Black about the the Earth in the Great Legend War. After fighting against hundreds of Gorman and their Gorman commanders, Aqua Ranger noticed the fleet moving towards them before gathering all the Rangers together and giving them the order to sacrifice their powers to wipe out his own team, but every single Sentai Ranger in existence against the M. Years later, Dragon Ranger somehow returned and fought alongside not only the return of his powers, their powers once again. Since burai could still transform in his deceased state, it's assumed its return was a symbolic measure as opposed to the actual reason, allowing for them to utilize their spirit. Later appeared to Gay agree about his becoming Gokei Silver, along with Naoto Takezawa and Mikoto Nakade. He also grants Gay the greater power of the Zion Rangers. After the defeat of Actiskill, Captain Marvelous returned all the Ranger keys to the former Sentai heroes. It is assumed Burai and his teammates received their Martyr with the combined power of all 40 Super Sentai. Taisei Shuriken King in its fight against the Titanic Gilmarda, granting the Ninningas and Zawogers the power to perform the Zawa Ninin Super Sentai Burst, which destroyed Dragon Ranger appeared with his team among the first 38 Super Sentai whom collectively empowered while conference for the film. Dragon Ranger appeared as part of Team Legend Hero Icon Crosswiki, an unofficial Game World Icon Crosswiki team that did not participate in the Joe Superhero Taisen Icon Crosswiki tournament, exclusively featuring in a promotional coordinate powers to the Akiba Rangers. Selvin eventually lent their normal, returning both Burai and Jiki to their. Both Burai and Jiki make an appearance in episode 5 of Tekken Sentai Akiba Ranger Season 2 with the neck collar and belt of their suits changed from white to the stars and stripes of the American flag. Both brothers acted like stereotypical American alpha male bullies who proceeded to beat up the Akiba Rangers and called them knockoffs of powerful Rangers, and inside joke reference to the real-world Super Sentai versus Power Rangers arguments found on the internet. However, Akiba's insistence that the truth of all was fighting evil and supporting children despite the bullying broke the spell. The 5 official Sentai transforming into the ludicrous power which combined with the others to form the ludicrous Cannon Bazooka, which the Akiba Rangers used to destroy Kamiri Alpaca. 6 Zion Rangers later appeared with the now potato-style game between Garazin and Lamy. These minigames are also accessible from the main menu and can be played with a second player. Minigames by Burai. These consist of a trivia game where Bandora will ask the player a question related to the TV series, the Pong-style game between Daizojin and the Dragon Caesar, and a highly possible Dragon Ranger Burai appears, a non-playable character in the Kyoryu Sentai Zaya Ranger video game. Between stages, the player will be challenged to one of three of his team among all Sentai in the mobile game Super Sentai Legend Wars. Super Sentai Battle Base. Dragon Ranger is among the vast pantheon of rangers which are available in the mobile game Super Sentai Battle Base. Super Sentai Legend Wars. Dragon Ranger appears in to take down Desaijin, Griforzer and Lamy Scorpio. Powerful energy blast growth. Before the rise of Dragon Caesar, Dragon Ranger demonstrated the ability to grow to giant size, fighting alongside Chi Blast from the dip, Cross Blast. By crossing the Zayusauken with either Hellfreed or Ryujikiken, Burai can fire an even more green energy. Burai fire attack Sword Blast, an attack used with either Hellfreed or Zayusauken. Focusing his energy into his weapon forms. Beast Guardian Beast Dragon Caesar. Arsenal Dragon Buckler Dragon Armors Zayusauken Swords of Hellfreed. Special attacks Energy Ball. Focusing his energy, Burai forms a ball of energy in his hands which he then shoots at his opponent's Hellfreed. Charging the Hellfreed sword with power, Burai strikes the earth and sends an energy wave across the ground towards his opponent Dragon Armor. Playing a melody on the Zayusauken, Burai activates the Dragon Armor's full defensive powers, projecting a forcey field that blocks all attacks as he advances on an opponent until close enough to variations. Dragon Ranger has had several appearances with variations from his usual appearance. First real Sentai in history, retroactively erasing old teams. As a result, Japanese Sentai teams starting with Goranger became knockoffs of the American versions. Burai became a teenager with attitude Arsenal Dragon Buckler Dragon Armor Zayusauken. Victims of the delusion world-changing Sentai history, the Zaya Rangers, Chiki and Burai became the powerful Rangers who were the powerful Green Ranger. Goke Red, revealing he had found more Ranger keys. These 5 puppets fought the Gokagers and were all defeated, with Dragon Ranger being defeated by Goke Blue. The Rangers that Basco showed Captain Marvel into a puppet to do his bidding. The copied Dragon Ranger was one of the first 5/6 keys, were initially acquired by Basco Tageloki and later used by the Gokagers. Like all of his Ranger keys, Basco used his trumpet, the apparatus, to turn the Dragon Ranger key. Question mark. Burai's personal Ranger key and what became of his powers after he, along with the rest of the 34 Super Sentai, sacrificed their powers to end the Great Legend War. This key, along along with the other 14 6th Ranger keys and the 10 extra into Ranger puppets that were fought by the Gawkagers and the Ghost-Seegers. The Dragon Ranger key was among 10 of these 6th Ranger keys who fought and were defeated by Ghost Knight. Percentages were briefly taken by the Black Cross King and turned Ranger Reese, along with all the Ranger keys of the first 33 Super Basco left these 5 keys to the Gawkagers. A short while after, the first 14 6th give Marvelous his dragon armor so Marvelous could become armed Tyranno Ranger. Powers to Ninjaman. A became Dragon Ranger to Gun Ranger when the Gawkagers used the powers of the 6th heroes while fighting Action Commander Almaden, alongside Joe Bear Blue while fighting Action Commander Stargle. In a deleted scene, the Gawkagers became the Zion Rangers to demonstrate their power. Don became Drag was not officially part of his season's villain organization. Instead, he only formed a temporary alliance with the Bandora gang. Counterparts. Burai is also the only one that was unlike his version of his powers, which were utilized by Daikazi, which would later be used by the good rather than Kyora Yune self-destroyer. Rocious Knight D called him Killer instead of a Bear White, and Frote Ranger in a Dinosaur Sentai to keep his team's naming scheme in Ranger form. Mikoto Nakade was called a Bear King, evil sending behind Chiki's seat. During his final battle, Burai joined Chiki, Mary, and Boy in the cockpit of the ultimate Dizayuzen seated at Kaoshi's vacant terminal. Burai is the only 6th Ranger from a dinosaur-themed Sentai to not have a flight-based mecha. Burai is also the only formerly both share their Power Rangers counterpart, Tommy Oliver. Despite the fact Burai was said to have stolen the dragon armor, his suit has similar golden cuffs along the edges of his boots and gloves. These did not transfer over to Chiki when Burai passed the dragon armor onto him. Burai was rarely seen inside the cockpit of any mecha and Zion Ranger, instead directing Dragon Seeker externally. Guraijin had a visible terminal for him within the cockpit, but he never took part in controlling the combination, the terminal instead being used by Chiki, and in one case, Kaoshi. During the first formation of the Zayudai Dazayuzen, Burai joined the other Zai Rangers in the cockpit, but had no available terminal, instead stayed. Kazushi Sakai, who played a younger version of Burai, would go on and play Cow/Kiba Ranger, the 6th Ranger from the following year's Sentai series, Burai and Cow being a green warrior with more power than the main team like Ryo, and originally being evil and working with the show's villains. Like Shota, although Shota was brainwashed in his transformed traits with its precursors. Note the word burai means villain in Japanese. Burai is the first recurring sixth member of a Sentai team, with Shota Yamamori and Ryo Asuka being prototype one-off precursors to what would become a tradition of the sixth Ranger. Burai shares a few